everyone, back on again. So I have just shuffled the same deck as the last reading, which is Future Higher Self Oracle deck. And this card has come forward. So it says, let your true colours show so your tribe knows how to find you. And I feel that at the minute this has been an ongoing message. It's, these channeled messages always have a repetitive theme. So, the same message comes out in various different ways and it always comes back to the same thing because that is what is important. That's what our soul needs to hear right now and what we need to hear and embrace. So let your true colours show. And I feel for many of you, we've had this so many times in life, you can be so caught up with the sort of materialism, the consumerism, the 3D competitive lifestyle. It's about sort of achieving success, wealth, and for some power, whatever it may be. People are pushing themselves to go beyond their comfort zone because they feel they will achieve something that brings them joy and bliss and satisfaction. Now, the thing is, it's great to have goals and it is great to pursue those and to push yourselves, but it can get to a point where it just goes too far. And before you know it, you absolutely are so disconnected from who you truly are as a soul, as an individual. And you've just been scampering, you've been sort of racing a marathon to actually secure a place in a sort of a competition that you no longer wish to participate in. So it's about getting in touch with who you truly are, what it is you desire. Don't get caught up with the sort of competitive lifestyle or that sense of, if I get this job or this house or this career, then I am a perfect model example of success. For some of you, that may be something that you wish to do, and you may wish to get to that place of success for one reason or another. For many, it's simply because it's what's expected, or you think it's what society it's what society does, and then you find yourself actually thinking, is this me? Does this work for me? Or have I just sort of caught this train several years ago and I'm still on it? So it's about self-reflection. It's about coming back, taking time to go within and reassess your needs and your values. What matters to you? Who matters to you? What is important in your life? And I say it time and time again, but it can be so easy to just get caught in a trap of cycles, of repetition, of repeat programming over and over, being on autopilot and not stopping to get off to actually have a look and think, well, do I still want to go on this ride? Do I still want to be on this train? If you see life as a roller coaster, you have all these ups and downs, and goodness me, when you're on a down and you're going down and you think this is it, it's the end, it's you are so unhappy. What is it that makes you stay on so that you carry on going back up when you know there'll be another down? Stop and address what it is you need, what it is you desire, who you truly are. What is your soul yearning for? Who is your soul yearning for? Which people in your life bring you joy? Which people ignite you? Which people allow you to feel completely unguarded, completely at ease, balanced, peaceful, authentic? And again, this is always repetitive, and I don't mean to bore you here because this is just what's channeling through me, but we can have so many connections, so many friendships, and those friendships can be masked friendships. They can be people who really, in truth, do not resonate with us. Perhaps they may have done at some point in life, but they are, say, several stations, several platforms back on the train line. We've gone beyond that. We're not with those people anymore, mentally, spiritually, perhaps even physically. There could be distance between you, there could be different continent or whatever. So ask yourself, is that still a connection I desire to have in my life? Is it still something I want to participate in? Because it's not always about what you wish to receive, it's about what you are willing to give unconditionally. So is that somebody you would give your time to unconditionally? Is that somebody who you feel inside ignites something authentic within you? Or is it just, the fact that you have invested that time, you have known them, or perhaps fear is stopping you from sort of severing that tie or just creating a bit of distance? What is it that's holding you there? Just having a think about that anyway. So as I say, the card, let your true colours show so your tribe knows how to find you. And this is another thing that's really important. So if you are focusing on the wrong people in your life, perhaps those people from many platforms back, you are not available. You are not aware. Your consciousness is not open to spotting those people at the next platform or the one after that, those people that actually may be more in alignment with who you truly are now in the present moment, because you're surrounding yourself with people and having exchanges of energy with people that actually are a little bit out of sync, a little bit off. And I don't mean that to sound mean, it's not that there's anything wrong with that person or anything wrong with you. It's just that people change. We have different growth stages, we have different journeys and periods of life where we discover different things at different times, and that can sometimes you find you're separated from somebody for a few years and you think, oh, I might never see that person again, or perhaps you've not even thought about them in say 3-4 years. Then they come back into your life because you've both experienced what you needed to experience independently, and then you've come back to share something and experience something together. So people do sort of come and go within life. It's a dance. If you think of like dolphins chasing one another, it overlaps, and it's part of the growth of learning as a soul and experiencing this physical life. So as I say, your tribe knows how to find you. If you are showing up authentically, honestly, for what it is you believe in, for who you are truly, then you will draw to you those people that matter, those people that align with this point in your journey. Now, that isn't meaning like, if you do that, you just got to ditch everyone else and move on from them. It's not that at all. Life has a natural way of just sort of clearing people out of the way slightly, or you going off and having a bit of peace on your own over here for a bit. You're basically going on another track, on another line. You go down a side in and you deal with something else. They may need to do that themselves. And then those people that are meant to come back into your life will naturally, as I say, work their way back onto that same line at the right time in the future on a different platform. So if you are allowing space, if you are allowing to have some breathing space from the wrong people who are, as I say, there's nothing wrong with them, it's just about alignment. If they are not feeling right now, or there's some sort of, there's a distance, there's a disconnect, perhaps things are always superficial, the conversation's always very much mundane day to day, and there's no depth there, or there's no real bond or vulnerability, then move away from those connections for a bit. It doesn't have to be forever, it could just be temporary. Allow yourself some space so that you are open, you are available to receiving other energies. If you have that space, if you have that breathing opportunity, then you will be more aware, you will be more guided as well. Your intuition will point you in the right direction of those people who are there coming in at the right time to help you grow and learn through something else. And likewise, you will be available for other people to help them on their lessons in life. As souls, we have agreed to come here to help and support one another to learn different lessons. And if we just stay with the same people, friendships, relationships, whatever it may be, if we stay with those same people all the time, chances are we have already learnt those lessons with that person. Then we are stuck and stagnant and we become frustrated, and there's no more room for growth at that given period with that person. It doesn't mean there never will be. You may end up, as I say, having that reunion, having that connection come back into play again, but that will be from a future platform where you both reuniting from different perspectives, where you've experienced different things in life, you've grown, you've experienced lessons with other people, and then you're bringing something different to the table. Whereas if you're still just dragging all the baggage from however long it's been, how many platforms back, then you get bored, you get frustrated, you perhaps maybe you just don't spend enough time together, maybe you don't want to, maybe you feel flat, you don't feel supported, or you don't feel understood and heard or seen. The right people see, hear, and understand you. And those people are the ones that matter. And likewise, you are for somebody or many people that same person. Somebody will think, right, he hears me, he understands me, he sees me for who I truly am as a soul, as a real spiritual being, not just my physical body and how I show up here in this physical form. And that is powerful. But if you are attached to those people from previous platforms, you cannot bring your full true presence to that person that needs it, that person that is a soul connection destined to meet you, to go through that lesson together. So I'll just repeat the card one more time. Let your true colours show. So be yourself. Show up absolutely, authentically, honestly. Don't wear a mask. Don't guard yourself. Don't try and keep up appearances and keep up a facade to match somebody else's sort of beliefs or desires. I think a lot of people feel the need to look a certain way or act a certain way to people please, to keep that other person interested, or so that person thinks that you've got something in common. And I think the more you drift, the more you move on to future platforms and they are perhaps still three behind, that disconnect becomes really visceral. And so then you might find that you're struggling for things to have in common, and it might be a fashion sense, or a sporting activity you do together. You might be literally clutching at straws, trying to find something that bonds you together. And that's when you know that actually, if you're struggling, if you're feeling that sort of pressure and that force, and you're having to put that real effort in, that's a sign. That is your soul, that's your intuition telling you that it's time to just move on for a bit, just trying to explore and find people that resonate purely, authentically, naturally. And that's actually it. It's when you meet those people that are coming into your life at the right time for the right reasons, there is no force, there is no chase, there is no pursuit, there is no pressure, there's no facade and mask, there's no fear, because you're just comfortable, you're at ease, and you instantly recognize that person as somebody you've met before. On a soul level, an energetic level, you feel at ease, and sometimes it can surprise you. You can feel surprisingly open and vulnerable, and it can form almost a lot of depth within intimacy, where you realize you're telling this person various things about yourself that perhaps you've never sort of shared with anyone, or you've never even considered yourself, and then you're blurting all this stuff out. But it's because you feel unguarded, you feel comfortable, you feel at ease. That's what that energy is doing for you, and the reason for that is that you then have the opportunity to go within and just process how you're feeling, and feeling those actual feelings within the body, which is part of the growth, part of the journey and the learning and the lesson. So, your tribe knows how to find you. If you are showing up, as we've said, with clarity, with authenticity, if you are being honest, not wearing any masks, not wearing a certain outfit because it's what everyone else wears and you want to be validated. If you are just wearing something because it makes you feel you happy, you know, authentic. If you're singing to a song because it makes you feel peaceful, or energized or whatever, not because it's the latest number one hit. If you are showing up as you are, without any fear about what anyone else will think about you, then you will meet those people that align with that version of yourself. And all those people that could have met you, could have matched you, if you'd put that effort in, if you'd changed yourself, if you'd, manipulated your version of yourself, they will move away because they are not the natural connections at that moment in time. And as I've said, they may come back into your life. You may have discovered that you've got things in common a few platforms ahead, but trust that in that moment, it's all about knowing what is real here and now at this current station, at this moment in time. Okay, I hope that made sense. There's a lot of train sort of communication there, and I feel that that is important. It's see life as a train, because trains go fast, as does life. Pay attention to the platforms, pay attention to what is coming ahead on your journey. Do not be held back by the past and what you feel is coming in the future. Be ahead of time when it comes to that moment. Be awake, be alert. Okay. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye.